Hi there, Jonathan here, how are you? Just staking some tawa trees in the nursery. Belschmedia, these are called. I've got some big ones over here that are already staked. Anyway, this week in the nursery, put the stakes in these. I'm not going to tie them yet because they're not very tall. They don't really need a stake right now, but they will in the future. So I'll put it in now before I get too much root growth and it gets a bit hard or disturbing on the roots. And we will got to get some plants out for an order. In fact, the last of one of the varieties, all that I've got left of those. And I've got to have a look at an irrigation pipe for the nursery and get a piece for that. And there's one other thing, a little bit of bagging, and check out some exciting root growth on some cuttings. So let me get these in the ground and we'll go and have a look around. So this is my irrigation solenoids for the nursery, which I'll show you more in depth when I get around to fixing this piece here. That has got a little split right in the end of here, right down here. So I'm presuming it was the frost, because I had water squirting out over here, over this on my left hand here. And anyway, there's a crack in it, so I have to order a new one of those, which they refer to that as a manifold. It looks like a manifold off a car. And then screw it all back on, which is going to be a lot easier than trying to use hose pipe and connectors, because there's so many T's required. And these are 25mm and that's 19mm, so I'll just use the manifold that you can buy. And I normally have it covered with this box here. Actually covers the whole thing. So yeah, presuming it's the frost, but it's been here for probably 5 or 6 years, so it could just be wear and tear. So we'll get one of those and fix that. We'll do that next time we meet up, and I'll show you the little sort of computer controllers, and I might have some other irrigation just to check and add onto in the other lower nursery ready for summer. But right now, let's go and check out some exciting little cuttings that have now got roots on them. It's what you would expect your cuttings to do, but it's always exciting when it happens. Leave that piece of plastic there. And so these will be ready for potting up. I don't have any potting mix, well, not enough potting mix left at the moment, so I will get some more, and there's a few plants to bag up after anyway. So this is in the cold frame in the glass house, and these are the Hebes, and I checked them yesterday and they got tons of roots on them. Look at that. So those cuttings are all good to go. So there's 2 trays of those. You can hear them stuck to the bottom. 2 trays of Hebes. There's a few more just here. And I'll bring you into the pittosporums aren't ready yet, so I checked them. The other thing that there is, these will be a long way off yet, but they've only been there since 7th of July according to the label. There's some Carnuka, so Kunzia ericoides. You can probably see all the little green plants starting to come up, so that's fairly quick actually for them. I must have hit the right time of the year as far as them being at their ultimate for growing. Now I haven't checked the bottom of these. These are some Camellia Gay Baby and some Loropetalum that I was growing for myself, and I'm not expecting any roots in them just yet. No, not really, but that's okay. So remember, this isn't a heated bed. It's lined with polystyrene down here and all the way underneath and up this side. So it's fully lined with polystyrene, has a roof on it, and it's in the glass house. So it does still cool down in here, but I don't have any underbed heating or any heating in the glass house, and I'm not about to start paying for that either. My natives and everything tend to grow fairly well, so I don't really have the need to be heating anything. These are foxgloves, which have come up well. Granny's bonnets, aquilegias, a few there, a few more coming up over there, and Viscaria. So these are all for home, for the garden, and cornflower. And there's one Rewa 90 that's come up. I have got 2 trays full of them in tubes, so I've got about 100 odd, 120 or something. The other thing to check out every few days or whenever I'm going through the nurseries is just standing up the plants that have fallen over. We've had a good breeze overnight. In fact, it's still a bit breezy now, so I just need to check the nursery's got everybody in the vertical rather than lying down, because they're not going to get a drink, are they? They're not going to grow straight if they're sleeping. So I've sold as many flax that are ready of what I've got. These are obviously growing, so they're not ready yet. A lot have gone out this year, so I'm kind of getting near the end of the flax. There are other things, so just remember, if you are within kiwi of where I am, middle of the North Island, Taupo sort of region, get hold of me through the link below to my Misty Acres Nursery. However, these are going, so we're going to load these up and get them out of here. These are Formium 10X, which is our big flax. So we'll get these out, just get them a little tidy up before they actually go. And I've also got to get out some other flax just over there as well. Right, take that load and come back for another load. Well, that was all the Formium 10X taken down, a couple of loads of them. And now Formium Cookieanum, which I've only got a few in the front here that are anywhere near big enough. They're smaller grower, mountain flax, common name for them. And they don't get nearly as big, so they're usually not as big in pots either. So I'll see what I've got out of these. I thought I only had about 10, which isn't very many, but it's better than having a whole lot left over. Having said that, they'll exist and just carry on for quite a while in their pots. They're not a yearly thing that has to go out the door in a hurry. What have we got? 6, 3, 6, 9, 11. Maybe I can make 15. I might give them a few free ones as well, just to get rid of the last of them. They can have those few down there for free. Take those down, and that's that. Very small order out, but still better than nothing. Still quite a few to go out, possibly next month. There's an order to go out, and also some, 2 orders to go out yet this year that I know of, which planting April to October normally, over winter, autumn to early spring. So we're still well in the realms of a good planting season. So with all those flax out, it's just as well that I had all these others that I bagged up last week, isn't it? Although I knew that they won't be available until next year, of course. Still got this tray down here to pot up into tubes as well, which could give me another 300. Then I do have the little ones, the Formium Cookieanum, which were those last ones I got out today that I didn't have many of, and they probably about ready for potting up too. I need to get some more potting mix. I haven't got a lot left now, or virtually none, so I'll have a full-on session. However, at the moment I'm just going to put some labels, Coprosma robusta, today's date. So I'm just going to put them into the trays. Actually, I'll put it on the inside so I don't kick it. Usually put it in the same place on each tray, usually a corner, but just there will be fine. And I think I've got one over here as well. He'll be okay up there because I'm not going to kick him. And then I'll run out and put this big one out in some pots that I have that were just a little bit bigger seedlings, so they went straight into pots because they had big roots. Look at my orchids. We had them in the shade house and we got so cold with the frost, colder than we've ever been before. They got sort of frosted under shade house, so I brought them in to this little house. I don't know what we call this one. I need a name. Think of a name for me, will you, and let me know. I'm thinking maybe shaded propagation house, upper propagation house maybe, because I come up the stairs from down the stairs. I come up from down there. Looks a little junky at the moment. It's going to change. And that bath didn't come out of the house because our house isn't that old and we don't have a bath anyway. That's actually for a new garden. It'll probably be next year before I do that. It'll look all right too. Don't think, oh no, a bath in a guy's garden. Nah, it'll be all right. I'm not really a bath and toilet and hand basin sort of a person in my garden, but that'll be okay. We might just go down to the lower nursery now and just check that everybody down there is happy and standing up, because there's quite a breeze blowing out here. You can see the windsock up there. It's not hard out, but it's a good breeze, and it's probably east southeast, so it's just a little bit south from being east, but not fully south. You might be able to see the moon up there too, can you? Let me see. Yeah, there's the moon up there, just up, oh, blurry finger, but just up there on the left. Anyway, we'll carry on. Yeah, so if you want to pop along next week, I should be able to show you some irrigation upgrades and updates, fix that broken pipe, add maybe a line or two down in this nursery, just rearrange things, and I also need to put a couple of taps in. I've got the taps, I think I've got everything, I just need to do it. There's no panic because it's not high watering time in the nurseries, so catch me next Wednesday for a nursery update. All should be in action. Let's check this lower nursery and make sure everybody is standing out. I can see some falling up. These guys always fall over. I need to get some proper ties for the plants. I was just tying them up with this material sort of tie, which worked, but it's not quite correct. You can get plastic ties that lock onto the wire so they won't slide, because quite often if you just tie them like this, the plants can still blow, they'll still fall over sideways depending where the wind's coming from. So you can get these plastic ones, you screw them on, and then they've got two loops that go around the plant so that it won't slide sideways and the plant can't fall over left or right. Obviously it can't go windwards because there's wire in the way, but it can't go that way. The trouble is I just don't want to pay for them because I need so many that it adds up to something more exciting that I could do. But all the plants don't fall over anyway. However, I will get some. But in the meantime, I'll stand these up. It's not hard, just stand them up. It's mainly if it's summer, you need them standing up all the time, obviously, because they won't get a drink of water. And obviously, if I'm not home, well, that doesn't work so well because they're not getting stood up. So I need to tie them up or get those ties. Never mind. It's a simple problem to fix, I guess. I think everybody else is looking all right around here. I can hear a little bird over in here. Yeah, those totras are all going out sometime. Not sure when, maybe September, October. Oh, there's a couple of casualties. So you can't tie these up, so you do just have to check, like all nurseries. I think I was saying in one of my nursery, the number 1 or number 2, the first ones I did of the nursery, when I was an apprentice, it was actually the name of a job, stand up. We used to get told, okay, you guys go and do stand up, which didn't mean you went and stood up somewhere, you just walked around the nursery, which is a big nursery. It was 10 acres of plants and bags like this, big and small, and we had to just wander along and check that everybody was standing up. And some of them were just so tall and lanky that you stood them up, but I'm sure they fell over as I walked away again. These little pittosporums, hello, there's a totris sleeping too. These little pittosporums over here, most of them are going out soon. And the ones that aren't, I'm going to bag up these Pittosporum eugeneoides, ones with the bigger leaf. I'm going to bag them up into 5 litre pots. And look at that. It's a little bit slopey here, which is why they're falling over as well, even though they've got good wind protection. They've got the hedge all the way around the outside. But they just fall with the slope. But I don't put anything tall up here because they would definitely fall over just because it's angled ground. A little slopey, it's not a hill. So I usually just put small things off in the grasses like that because I can go bag tight and won't fall over. A lot of those have gone out and sold, that's why there's gaps in there. So I'll just waiting to see if any more go out over the next month or so, and then I'll re-stage them all back together and tidy them up. Well, that's it for this week, Misty Acres Nursery. Catch me again next week and we'll have a look at some other things. You might have come across a few questions or things you weren't sure about that I might have done or haven't done. So drop me a comment below and I shall answer it for you. And thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next week. Have a good day. See you later. Bye.